All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in and welcome to Investment Blabber. My name is Daniel, and I'm starting out this channel because investments are kind of a passion of mine just over the last few years. As I've been trying to figure out what to do with my own money, I've dove into the world of trading, investments, and have made mistakes and have also had some successes. But more than anything, I just like following the markets, the trading markets, and following different assets like Bitcoin, S&P 500, real estate, and silver and gold as well. So I feel that I'm fairly diversified, and I wanted to see if I can help, and maybe I can reach out to someone out there and answer their question, or at least offer my perspective. So let's get started. And the video today is titled 100K Bitcoin. Sorry about this. 100K Bitcoin, Bitcoin going over 100K, breaking over. And you can see here in the chart, we've been battling with around this 100K zone for a little while, not too long, couple of weeks. Trying to break through. If we go to the weekly chart here, what we can see is, of course, that's an all-time high, 100K US. And even though it seems like we've broken through it and we're already there and people are asking, hey, what's the next step? You can see that chart-wise, we're up here at a new all-time high. And while that can continue, and I think that it will, that's my base case, it, at the end of the day, can come down fairly quickly, fairly violently if something happens. You can see here, there's a bunch of room. Bitcoin has moved pretty fast here from 70K to 100K in the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. And we all felt that. It's a great feeling, of course, if you're holding Bitcoin. If you're looking right here at 60 to 70 and trying to get it back at 40, of course, that's a bad feeling. But that's one of the lessons that I've had from Bitcoin for a while now. So I know to anticipate that, and I know how to control sort of my own self in regards to those market actions. So so far, so good with Bitcoin. And you can see here now, I've zoomed up way back here to 2010 even, and really just the inception of it. And, all I can say is that so far, Bitcoin has really followed that stock to flow sort of pattern where, we're reaching a new level. There's a halving. Bitcoin becomes more scarce. The value continues rising. And because it's a scarce asset, there's only 21 million Bitcoin. You can see that it's beginning to kind of reach an asymptote here, so a line where it wouldn't cross above on the y-axis here. Now, where would that line be? I don't know. Whether it's 10 million, a million, right around here. But you can see that over time, as the decades go by, we can expect this sort of pattern to continue, just for the mere fact that it has so far been doing this. And again, coupled with the fact that Bitcoin is truly such a hard asset at 21 million only. Now, if there is a loss in confidence in Bitcoin or something like that, something tragic, yes, things can break down, I guess, completely, maybe sort of like temporarily, if it's sort of like a market mistake, let's say. But generally, assets that are welcomed by the market, that are stable, that have proven themselves, and what better example is there than Bitcoin in recent years? I mean, it's everywhere now. Those types of instruments tend to just stay and stick. And not that I'm comparing this, not even 20-year-old technology to something like gold or silver. But if you look at gold or silver, And instead of a daily graph or a weekly graph here, you look at monthly or yearly with the case of gold. You're kind of seeing something similar where it's really only bound by the money supply, the money that's sloshing out there. And essentially, as long as this commodity stays valuable, that money kind of sloshes around and gets embedded and gets absorbed into Bitcoin, thus bringing the price up and up. Same thing with gold. You can see it might not do might not do much for a while, and then boom, it goes up. About 20 to 25% of this time that it's been like through its history here. You can see there's sometimes where it goes up. It's maybe about 20% of the overall timeline here. Other times it can go down or kind of hover and do nothing here for a while. So we shall see where we go from here. But my initial hunch, and this again is just my hunch, my blabber, and blabber is, sort of like a foolish talk. So make of this what you will, and make sure to do your own research on this. And at the end of the day, just make sure you're comfortable with whatever decision you form, even if it's formed partially by something that someone else had said. Just make sure that you're comfortable with whatever loss or gain you could potentially make. But I would say here that, and this is my feeling again, is that now that we've broken 100K, the floodgates are open, yes, in a way. But in a sense, we do have ETF, we have futures now. There's lots of ways to short Bitcoin and kind of tackle its growth. But this is now a point where I would have thought we would have reached, and many people would thought so. Closer here in 20 and 21, see we're coming up of previous high, 20K. And the next target here for almost everyone was 100K. It was reaching 60, 69, and faked it once, faked it again, and kind of a nothing burger for years. This is now a longer term chart. So that's what happened. But what I can say is that with the previous cycle high here, everyone really was convinced that as it dipped down and went back up, now we're at 100K. We had El Salvador buying here, and lots of people just super convinced. And the chart looks like it could have gone there, but it didn't. And because and after it didn't, it's gone down and disappointed, going all the way down to 16K for so long now, about 3 years. And so now this break to 100K just feels ultra deserved. So much so that I feel that Bitcoin should surprise to the upside. It will kind of have maybe this rubber band effect where, we have all this financial energy stored behind it here, brought it down to 16K, continued bombarding it up, and I feel that we get a break from here, continue making new time highs, and at some point, of course, we end and finish with a new peak, and similar to the other cycles here, go down from there and stay down for a little while. But this peak, whenever it comes, will be exciting, whether it happens at 150, 200,000, 300,000, who knows, but should be quite exciting. And just another, I wouldn't call prediction, but it's just my hunch, and I would assign to this a probability of maybe 60%, something like that. That it, that we go up here, not just that, but that we do so quickly. Bitcoin can move very quickly, as we've seen towards the end of other bull markets, and in a matter of weeks, we can be 50% up at 150. Another month after that, 200. Why not? These things can happen very quickly at this point of the bull market where we're at. So this is Bitcoin, and I can say I'm already taking quite a bit of time, just kind of giving my thoughts here. Let's have a quick look here at the S&P 500. We're now at the daily chart. Let's go to weekly just to compare it with Bitcoin to what I showed before. So you can see both instruments have been at a bull market. If you're watching this channel, you probably knew this. And again, a bit of a mystery here. More of a mystery than Bitcoin. Bitcoin at least is pointing, sort of has more of that pointing upwards. I have a bit more confidence in the pattern that it's showing. Here with the S&P 500, just nice and steady, continues to go up. We don't really have a reason to think that it wouldn't just do what it has been doing for a while. And you can see this blue line here, that's the 13-day moving average. That's currently at 587, we're at 604, so that's what, 5% below, not even, sorry, it's like 3%, 2%. We could easily go down there, and we could just continue the climb, a couple of percent lower, maybe another percent lower. We have the 200-day moving average here. Even if we go, 5% lower, even a touch deeper, it could happen quickly. Generally, going by the trend here, that would be a buy, and we continue going upwards. Will we eventually go down like we did here in 01 and 08? Probably, likely. There will probably be some sort of a crash, and probably could take a little time. But we just have no reason to think that something like that would happen now versus happening, let's say, next year in July or August, where the market is up another 10% from now. All right, so those are my thoughts, and let me know if this was helpful to you, or if there's anything about this chart that you want answered. There's no silly questions, and as I release more videos, I'll get into other things as well. I can see it's already at 12 minutes here. I wanted to talk about other things like real estate, interest rates in Canada, and I'm Canadian, by the way, so this is Canadian content, but I hope to apply it to kind of sort of everyone. Gold and silver I'm into as well, and I wanted to talk about just maybe as a last note here, the importance of holding cash. Let's take a look at gold as well. Gold, less popular now, especially in North America, but you can see it was really on a rip. It's been doing so well this last year and a half or so. After being stagnant for like 3 years, it's really been going up. We have like a 30% move here, which is unlike gold for the most part, but if we look further into the past, we can see gold isn't actually unfamiliar with those kind of moves, as you can see here from 03 to 2010 and so gold, with inflation inevitable, I expect that it would continue to move, but it's a very, very slow mover, so it's a bit of a different ball game. Hopefully I'll have videos kind of dedicated just to one instrument or the other, and we'll have a look at gold and silver on their own. Lastly, just wanted to talk about cash. So cash, that just means having those dollars or whatever instrument you're using, Canadian dollars, US dollars, just in your account for a rainy day, or to pick up some deals. So for example, if you feel that gold now, it's gone to 2,600, if you feel that, it may take a breather back to 2,300, which is, it could. You can see it's done things like that here before. Right in 09, it's done that here again in 22. It's gone back to the 200 month moving average in this case. And of course, it's very expected that we'll move closer to the 13-month moving average, which is this blue line. So anyways, if you're speculating that way, it does make sense to have some money on the sides. And just if we look at probabilities and statistically speaking, yes, our markets generally, again, because of inflation, do end up pointing often to the right and top, the right top corner of the screen, basically just kind of always going up. But of course, there's always oscillations in between that. And, there's also reasons, and the market is kind of split on this right now, whether Bitcoin, S&P 500, NVIDIA, and, some other stocks, some people say gold as well, may be overvalued. And if that's the case, having some cash, having some money on the side makes a lot of sense. It's better to have some on the side and be able to pick up a stock cheaper, or at least not be fully invested in case something does go down, just so that you don't kick yourself after, later on, if there is a crash or if there is a dip buy opportunity. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching the channel. That was the first video. I'm quite excited. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was fun for you. And yeah, see you in the next one.